Suyo, a lot of chase. But at the same time, if they do not take their early game fights well, the fighter and bruiser comp that Omen is running will just run through the there's not going to be a vengeance arc, there's not going to be a redemption arc either if it's not played right. So they have to be a little careful.
Exactly, Baldu. And then again, with that, we are already on to the land of Dawn. And not repeating the same mistake again, this time we are seeing these teams, they're just going to brawl it out. And as expected, it is the Gato Kaja in the EXP lane, and the side of Team Omen will be going in for an early EXP rotation. Both of these teams very strong and familiar names in the current Indian scene. But we do have a technical pause coming in, and with that, I do think, like, what would you say about the drafts of both of these teams, Baldo?
And speaking of the draft, I told you I was just talking about it. Like I do prefer the draft from the Vengeance arc, but it is easier to scale up with that comp as long as you don't make misplays. But that's the thing; you have a very small margin of error on both sides, and whichever team does a better job in the early will have an edge. And especially in the turtles, because if that alpha is able to pick up those turtle buffs for himself and his team, that attack bonus will get them through until the late game and give them an edge in most of these fights. Any amount that Gato can sustain will be more he can heal up with his passive. But the Nathan is their main source of damage with his basic attack, which is does so much damage with the with the calamity side. So he has to be careful about what he plays.
Exactly, Baldo, and I would be agreeing with you on that. Team Vengeance Out does have the draft who would be scaling more and more as the match progresses, because Nathan, once he picks up that Feather of Heaven and Stadium skit, he would be the one taking the advantage in the late game as compared to that of Team Omen. Now, coming back to Ray, if he is still available with us, he, like, what do you think, what are your thoughts on in the current game situation, like which team would have the exact advantage near the objectives, such as the Lord or Turtle? But oh, Ray, I am sorry, we would be
No
coming
worries.
right back to the match. We'll have you in post results. And then again, Maldo, please carry on.
And there's already a little action going on both sides. It's not an action as in like there's a fight, but it's more of like the teams are really in sync. They're rotating in groups of four, a big clump, just searching for something on that map, any opportunity to take. They're trying to steal the opponent's jungle. And that's one thing about MOBA 5v5 I really like. But speaking of that, there's a slight skirmish. The Alpha does charge in. The Zuzhan brings his opponent back into their midst, and she will get carried down as the first blood picked up by the Alpha. And that is what I said. Omen can commit hard, and they have a lesser, issue with the amount of sustain they have on them. Vengeance Arc cannot be losing the early game right now. They should wait for their turtle, and now they have already begun on it. I expected Omen would push on that turtle, but I guess okay, yeah, they did reset the turtle. They're kind of worried about the gank.
Exactly, because Alpha is on his blue and King Cole, the Suyo, is on his blue as well and will have the faster route towards the turtle itself. And he could have just stolen it out had Team Omen continued on that turtle. But look at the Jukshin. She is well aware of Elder Yami's positioning. That Kamla cannot just hide in the bush. She is gathering up a level 4 from the mid lane. Jukshin trying to poke her out and deny that minion EXP, but no, all members of teams, like both of the teams, they will have reached their level 4, and the turtle fight is about to break in, Baldo.
And the action is underway. We'll have to see who gets the retribution, but it's the Alpha. Puni with the Alpha charge. There is some more action. The Phobius jumping down, throwing his monolith on the opponent, and there's no way Alpha can sustain that sort of damage. The Zuzhan is there, providing support to her teammates, but the Phobius caught in the midst of it all as a double kill picked up by the Suyo. And I think that is a very reasonable trade for the red team because they picked up two very important kills for themselves.
Exactly so, Waldo. That was a smart positioning and gameplay coming in by the side of Vengeance Arc as they took down those teams, and like the side of Omen players, and secured the did not secure the turtle but did secure the team fight in that position and secure the goal lead in their favor as well. Nathan here, he is aware of that Joe in that bush. He is playing it safe, but the Joe will be landing the kick, the dragon kick coming in, but the Purify has been baited out, and the Blazing Duet coming in. The Nathan does not have his escape and will be taken down. But the Carmela with that vengeance trying to save Nathan, but will not be able to do anything by just staying under that turret.
And those slight issues are what add up to a lot, because right now that Claude and Nathan both go really hard in the late game, but the Claude has that battle mirror image with which he can be a lot more mobile on the map, make a lot more escapes, because the Nathan only has one reposition that is afforded to him by his ultimate, and while the cooldown on that is low, it is not enough to be viable to use multiple times in a team fight like the battle mirror image, because it's so good to juke out. But right now the Cho on top, there has not been a lot of action from the Cho. It's been like, general team fights. There's not been really crazy sets, but I think he's playing the smart move by actually waiting for it rather than forcing issues, which their team does not need, because as long as they scale comfortably. But what just happened? As I spoke, the Cho dove in for a fight and he paid the price for it. A pathetic was not that was not the play to make, but no worries, they can still get back into it. But the Lord has begun. The blue side without their roamer starts the Lord, but he has the retribution. That finger is absolutely on point, secures the objective for his team, but a beautiful alpha charge, catching two and taking them down. It's three people down from the side of Vengeance, and Omen is the message. They're sending a message to their opponents that please watch out and do not take us lightly as they take up the top tier 3.
Team Omen, they are making the plays. Team Vengeance Arc is losing out in this game, and look at that. Team Omen is just sitting so close to their faces. They're gonna take in advantage of every single moment in this team fight. They are winning, and Team Vengeance Arc actually needs to step up if they want to make a comeback in this game, because Team Omen, they are far ahead. They have the 3k goalie, they have the kill advantage, and once again Joe trying to do the kick, but will be interrupted in the minute by Baldo.
And there's a beautiful bloody curse. There's so much damage that Suyo's in the thick of it all, but Kratisi getting a kill onto Umeo. They want some more, but the avatar of the Guardian catches two. He wants some more. The Phobius falls. And that, my friends, is an absolutely beautiful play coming out from the Gato, changing the complete tempo of that fight, because it looked like Vengeance was finally getting their vengeance for the damage dealt to them. But that Gatotkaч with the avatar of the Guardian dealt them a new dose of trauma.
Absolutely, Balu. The moment just seems so well in sync. So you will be stealing out with the retribution on that EXP, the creep EXP. But then again, we are looking for an engage in the top lane. Gato will be trying to clear off his minions. Joe trying for a possible engage. Joe is actually the only one who is missing out a bit from the side of Team Moment with his engages. But the rest of them are so well in sync that it is not really making a difference during the team fights.
And that, there is, I think Vengeance, despite losing these fights, they would do better in 5v5s, because outnumbered they're just not it. And that show once again diving in deep, trying to bait out that ultimate of the Vexana, succeeds in doing so. That's a really important resource to bait out before the team fights, and that's the third turtle picked up for Alpha. And oh, on the top side there is some action. They just want to take this turret out and get some win for them. But Gato is going to get caught out, uses up the revitalize, and I guess they will back off for now, fearing the retribution from the Omen. And Suyo, is there something happening on top? Look how deep that Cho is. There's literally no backup for him, but it's just him and Gato going in. And I guess that juke really worked out, because I feel Vengeance is under the Azar. Oh, there's a battle mirror image and a beautiful kill picked up by Umeo. And they also picked up the tier 3 mid. And right now the tempo is completely in the hands of Omen. 3 turrets to their name, along with a 5k goal lead, close to a 5k goal lead. Vengeance needs to do something fast and bring their redemption arc.
Exactly, Team Vengeance Arc has to be named as Vengeance Arc right now, because otherwise things wouldn't really be looking good at them. And once again, Joe trying for a possible engage onto us and Nathan, but we'll just have to back off, because both the side of Vengeance Arc, they have to play it safe now. Otherwise, they would be losing out on any single lead that they can find in this game.
And on the bot there is something, there might be something cooking by Vengeance Arc. They did a good ton of damage onto that Claude, but just the battle mirror image took out like a 10% of his HP. The alpha charges in alone, but I think he does not need to worry because look at how much this man's sustaining. The blazing duet picks up the second kill, a killing spree for this Claude. He's at a 301. The bounties on the side of Omen must be absolutely insane, but it is also an opportunity for Vengeance because they could use a really good bloody curse with the sync of that Nathan to turn this match around. But the first thing they need to do is stop engaging first. They do not have the goal lead. They need to be a little patience, a little patient with what's happening. They can defend the lords. They have a lot of lane clear. They can just hold their inhibs and wait until that Nathan gets that power spike. He gets his third item. He gets his holy. This game is going to be theirs.
Absolutely, Baldo, and Team Omen is just progressing farther and farther in this game. And then again, it is 10 minutes through almost, and the Team Vengeance Arc is actually 6k gold in deficit, though they should have been the ones winning in from the early phase itself. Nathan should have scaled up by now, but if we can see the items, we will see that he may have secured two items already. He actually skipped out on the Stallion skit and went ahead for the Divine. That I'm not sure exactly how that would play out because Stallion skit is one of the main score items for Nathan. So we would have to see how this plays out for them as Lord is going to be marching down the bot lane.
And I think he's going for the Calamity next, but he should be rushing the Holy Crystal because the Nathan gets most of his burst from the Calamity's passive rather than the Divine. The Divine is not always a mandatory item unless their team is really magic defense heavy, which they're not really running for right now. They're going for that semi HP based build, which the Divine is not gonna do as much work compared to a Holy Crystal build, but that is still all right. They still have the Suyo to finish off. They have the Vexana who does a lot of HP based damage. But did you just see the Zuzin has picked up a Sky Piercer?
Exactly, that is something I'm not exactly surprised about, but then I would love to see how that plays out for Romeo from the side of Omen because she does have the damage potential. She does have the front line from the Cho, Gatatkacha, as well as Alpha to actually play around, secure her passive, and knock people up a lot. And the Sky Piercer, once its time, would actually get triggered considering the side of Team Vengesak is still quite far behind in terms of farm as well, and they wouldn't exactly be able to run away from there.
And right now there is there's a kind of lull in the fights on both sides. There's not much objectives on the map to contest. The Cho is there just providing vision. There's no way he's going to try making a play because there's nobody there to actually give the damage either. While Zuzhin does a lot of damage, it's not enough to stop these guys from escaping. So we just have to wait for the Lord right now. And Sarah, what do you think Vengeance Arc needs to complete the comeback?
Protect the Nathan, get him his core items once again, and just let him like take a few of those shutdowns, especially on the Claude as well as the Alpha, if they want to do anything in this game other than recall itself. But Team Omen, I do not think they're going to let it happen because they are processing like them not processing, they're progressing so fast right now, and they would be trying to go in for the second lord of the game as well. It is going to be quite the quick end coming in from their side.
And that lord is getting absolutely shredded out. That is, that is when the HP based melt, those fixed damage of the DHS, the corrosion, the glowing wand, alpha's passive, that's a lot of tick damage, and it looks like a really small minuscule amount of damage, but it adds up when you take it from four different sources. You end up losing 10% of your HP in a mat in an instance. Actually, it's not even a second because you get bursted instantly. And the Zuzhin on top of that does have the Sky Piercer. So if your luck is bad, you're just gonna end up procking stacks for her.
Exactly, that Jukshin will just be scaling up, up, and upper away. And if we could just see that Vexana did pick up on that wishing lantern, so she would have a bit more damage potential during the team fights if Carmilla can actually land her ultimates. We haven't really seen more than one good ultimate coming in from that Kamala, and with that, the Lord will be marching down the middle lane. And Baldu,
Oh my god, the avatar of the Guardian, that was perfect. He is catching everybody, uses the Winter Crown, and actually manages to make the escape. A beautiful set. The Lord is there, the turret is locked, and that Aegis crumbles. And the first game goes over to the side of the blue team. It is Omen Whispered Legends, but they are making a very loud statement with taking home match one of the series.
absolutely, Baldu. That was an amazing team fight and synchronization we saw in inside the base crystal of Vengeance Arc. That too, the avatar of the Guardian connected that Alpha using up his Spear of Misery and with the Winter Crown, and then the Cloud with the Blazing Duet into the backline forced the entire team of Vengeance Arc to go inside that base and just stay there. They couldn't do much. They couldn't come out. They couldn't deal damage. They couldn't
The utility coming in from that Gato was just too good. He was not omnipresent in the match. He just made sure he did his job with his ultimate, and I really love that because a lot of the Gato users try to focus more on the taunt and the basic attack proc. That's not needed when you have the Avatar of the Guardian, which is one of the largest ults in the game. So yeah, that he did his job. The Zujin cleaned up. The Alpha absolutely phenomenal, and I think it was a really good effort from the Suyo. He was able to catch up and farm as much as possible, but the goal lead just got too much at the end of it.
absolutely, Baldo. And with that, Ray, we will be having you right back with us. Please give us your opinion. Who did you like it here?
I think definitely Omen Whispered Legends. Their synchronization and the teamfight initiation on every gang, it was really, really top notch. At least better than what Vengeance Arc was able to execute on their end. And I think at the beginning, I was really, really thinking, this match could lead to anywhere because they do have the Studio, Nathan, and the Phobius, which are really, really good picks in the meta as well. But the Alpha and the Sushin, they are really strong contenders as well because Alpha is he's someone that can mirror to you completely low cooldown as well as initiation. He even has a true damage which gives him the upper hand, and we see that happening right here. So the execution was on point. But one thing I really, really found it really odd was that, you know, I guess Claude is dealing a lot of damage, but Shushin, she was also dealing quite a lot, and the Carmilla didn't really prioritize any magic defenses. Even the Gatot was dealing sufficient enough damage, I believe so, because his avatar of the Guardian was landing quite a bit. So I think she was getting melted down quite easily. I think after the dominance, she could have gone for the Radiant and maybe the Blade Armor. So that was a little odd itemization. But other than that, I think Vengeance Arc, I think they need a little bit more execution and synergy compared to what Omen did. So basically, that's it. Anything else you'd like to point out, Baldur, to like what can Vengeance Arc really do, like could have done in this game? What do you think?
The first thing was they should have contested those turtles better because
Hmm.
they had the edge in the early game. There was no Gutto at that point. It was 4v4. The Newton should have been more involved in the fight, and even if he wasn't, the opposite EXP lane should have stepped up. But I
Hmm.
think overall, not too bad of a job, but that was where, the game, kind of went wrong. But I think, do you have anything else to say, Ray, about it? Because this is what I noticed.
Yeah, I mean turtle fights. If you keep giving them out, it's not going to end up in your favor. Especially if you're not trying to control the macro, if you're not pushing, if you're not doing that much, try to focus on the objective. But I think, game one will be taken by the side of Team Omen Whispered Legend in this best of three semi-final series. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be taking a short 2 minutes break. So do stay tuned because we still have another game on hands, and we have to see if Vengeance Arc can make go in their Vengeance Arc as well and take the victory, or will they also crumble and fall down to the whispers that is Omen really making?
Hi guys, I'm so excited to tell you that I just received my cosplay outfit. I am so excited for the Northeast Cup. Also, just to let you know that the prize money for Moba Legends cosplay event is 25,000.
What? 25,000?
Yeah.
Like for real, 25,000?
Yeah.
Guys, I got Rumi's outfit, so now the 25,000 is mine.
Guys, I'm running away. I got my stuff. And don't forget that the Northeast Cup land prize is $3,000. See you guys. I'm in danger. Okay.
What about 2 lakh plus diamonds?
Yeah, the 2 lakh plus diamonds also.
Legends, the Nordisk Cup is coming up, and I've got something special planned just for you. Curious about what I'll be wearing? I'm not giving it away just yet, but I might drop in a little hint if you're paying attention. And if you really want to know, follow me on Instagram for the inside scoop. But be ready, because I don't make it easy. Follow now and get ready for the ultimate reveal at the Northeast Cup. See you there.
A thought to miss you, another to hate. Umbrella, show us what you've got. The umbrella is yang, the human is yin. Akugyo Taisan. Curse simply means restriction. It seems that very few people know about Omyoda. Chokyo Mokyo.
Don't you guys excited for the cosplay?
Hello everyone, I'm bringing
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. After the short break, we are in Northeast Cup, and this is the semi-final series for the state of Tripura between Omen Whispered Legends and Vengeance Arc. Omen Whispered Legends are already leading with 1 match point in their hands in this best of 3 series, and we are waiting to see and witness if they would be taking this victory or Vengeance Arc will finally have their Vengeance Arc. And we are back again with our dear casters, Sarah and Baldudu. So, Baldudu, what are you looking forward to this game?
Well, the first thing is I would like to see a close game and possibly a comeback from Vengeance Arc, because They literally are named that. I want to see that Avengers sort of come back because they did
Yeah,
struggle in that game one. But I know they have it in them. There was a lot of
yeah, man.
micro which I really liked watching from the players, but that macro positioning was just not there. Which I know it's possible because I saw how well they synced up in some of those team fights. But they just kind of forced the issue a little too early. And I just hope they're a little more patient this time.
Yes, indeed. I also like the micro, especially the Suyu. I think he was quite brilliant, but he couldn't really do much when the goal was catching up, just like you mentioned. So, Sarah, on to you. Baldudu has said his opinion. What do you think Vengeance Are could do this time? Like, sorry, let me specify a little bit. Do you think they're lacking in the draft or the macro?
I think it was the macro actually, because from their
Mm-hmm.
side, the draft was pretty solid considering it was a Nathan who was present for the late game. There was a Suyo for the early, and even their mid lane and EXP picks were very strong. But then again, the rotations coming in from the side of Omen was actually stronger as they secured those objectives as well. But even if they lost out one or two of those early team fights because of the early game pressure coming in by the side of Vengeance Arc, they actually utilized the objective pressure with which they could provide in the map to their advantage and took down those major turrets and gave their laners the advantage. And with that, Ray, I think we will be moving on towards the
Yes.
draft phase itself. We will be seeing you post results once again. Baldo, what would your predictions be?
Well, I can't really predict anything yet, but so far, based on the performance I've seen in game one, Omen is the more composed team. But at the same time, the draft was kind of the winning condition on their end. They knew their advantage and pushed it. So we'll have to see if Vengeance is able to recover from that and not actually get shaken up by that first loss because they still have this game too. And if they do well, we will be seeing a game three.
Absolutely, they still have full chances of coming back in this game, and they are starting out pretty strong. Because look at that, they have already banned out the Ling and Team Omen Whispered Legends this time. I think they heard us from the previous game as well as saw how good their Jukshin performed and banned out that hero in the first ban as a priority ban itself.
And no hesitation from their end. They took out the Zuzhan. They learned their mistake because it was just so difficult for the Suyo or their team to even dive in those fights because the Zuzhan just keeps poking them out and just a really annoying person to deal with, an absolute menace in the mid lane. And you win the mid lane in a 5v5, half your job is done. Because if you destroy, stop the mage, your roamer will have to be forced to, deal with the mid lane and the gold and the exp and objectives. They're going to be very, very harried, and he will end up losing farm. And your jungler will be wasting time clearing mid or helping them in mid rather than doing his job. And that gold will keep adding up, and there's a lot more mistakes for them to gank because each time you rotate to mid, yeah, it's going to be more time you could gank them in the between because we've seen that happen. That's what happened in the previous game, right after turtle, every single time.
Exactly, and that is where Vengeance Arc messed up. They needed to fix out their engages, they needed to take the proper fights. They had to look out for those objectives as well, but they did not actually manage to do that, and Team Omen took advantage of it and secured the game in their favor. And as we saw in the previous game, the Suyo was picked up by the Vengeance Arc and Omen. They're not taking any risks. They ban out on that hero right away. But from the side of Vengeance Arc, Chip and Khalid bans once again two of those heroes with a 100% ban rate, as we keep mentioning over and over. Team Omen here, we are awaiting for their third ban. They could be possibly banning out on a gold laner or even the EXP. The focus could be banned out by them, or even the Moscow coming in the goal lane. It could honestly be anything considering the meta is so vast and so many heroes could be banned out. But that would leave a lot of other options open.
And that is the trade-off you will always have. The more you leave open, it kind of, the more you take out in ML, the more it just feels like new stuff keeps getting added. It's like you're getting punished for having options in this game. But that's what makes it special because you can't just be good at playing micro or macro. Macro is not just playing inside the match once it starts. it starts off when you draft. It starts off at your research. That is the concept of macro. And you think you do it well, you win the big game. But to get to that win, you have to also make sure you have the micro for it. So that's that's what makes RTS games so special.
Absolutely, Baldo. And with that, the Matilda would once again be banned out in this game. Matilda is another one of those support roamers who is coming up in the, not exactly coming up, she has always been in the meta, but she is being prioritized as these teams are picking out or banning her as one of the priorities always in every single draft. And once again, we can see that Vengeance Arc would be picking up on an alpha as their first pick, a very strong jungler at the moment with a lot of sustain and damage output, especially a lot of true damage output. But the Woman Whispered Legends would be answering that right away with a Gato Kacha and Aurora pick, another strong EXP lane and mid lane pick coming right out of there, because Aurora, she has one of the best mid lane clear abilities right now.
There's no hesitation from the Aurora because the cooldowns are so low for that pick. So there's a lot of you can also be bait out some of those abilities before objectives, because I've seen some players they kind of fake a gank where the Aurora will act like she does not have she's misplaced. You dive onto her, passive activates. Then you're like, if I've already spent so much, might as well spend some more and kill her. She's gonna flicker out, and then you're gonna chase, you're gonna get ganked, and you'll also lose your objective or a turret after all that effort you put in. So, that Aurora has, a lot of capability to, perform those outplays and make those big time sets for her team. The Frigid Glacier is just too good to ignore. And right now, the Khalid is out. We're also in the second phase of the ban phase. It is up to Omen to decide their last two bans. They're gonna go in turns of one each before they go to their final two picks. And right now, it's Omen taking the decision about what they want. If they're gonna stick to the same ban as the previous game, the Harith, the cat-eyed gold laner, magic damage dealing menace, who is just so good hopping around the game, will not be present for us to view. And I'm sure Vengeance Arc has someone who's just that good on the Harith that it is absolutely necessary to ban it out.
Exactly, Baldo, and apologies about that. I am right back in Ferguson Highlands, the side of vengeance out this time. Look at that tankiness in their comp. I'm actually impressed with how well those teams are. And then again, Team Omen Whispered Legends are also doing it pretty well. They did pick up on the Aurora, who, after picking up the Wishing Lantern, has a very good potential to merit out even tanks. And here we can see that the Nathan has also been picked up. So it's actually a reversal of the drafts that we could have seen in the first game.
There's the switch up once again. Give picked up the Hylos this time, and looks like Vengeance Arc is trying to cosplay Omen, and Omen is reciprocating. It's like, I will show you how to play, the Nathan Gato, right? The Nathan, and they're like, no, I will show you how to play the Alpha, and I'll actually beat you at the same hero you beat us in. So, we always love to see that kind of drama, but I don't think anything like that actually exists. It's just as casters trying to make it a movie for us and just create some more hype behind it, because these are the best teams from their state, and they only the most deserving one will be reaching the finals.
Absolutely. And with that, we have another Xbox pick coming in from the side of Omen Whispered Legends. And with that, the draft is almost coming to an end. And I do believe that Team Omen Whispered Legends need to pick up on a pretty good act. I think a healer would do well for them, but a healer would also be doing quite good for the side of Vengeance, considering how much of sustain they have in their draft right now.
I think they need someone to do burst damage in the early game, because apart from the alpha, everyone else will just walk out after that fight. So they need someone who can do that instant burst, like someone who can finish off the work that their frontline is doing. You need someone at range, and oh, I'm absolutely in love with that Valentina pick. It is gonna be so good over here. The Gutto alt, the reposition to escape the Gutto alt from Nathan, the last insanity, which will be doing damage, displacing, and an immune for the Val, and finally the Frigid Glacier. A really, really good pick, and I was kind of surprised when Omen left out the hero. They chose to ban the Sicilian instead of the Valentina, and let's just hope Vengeance Arc is able to use this hero to its maximum potential, because I'm really, really liking the draft from the Vengeance Arc. I think it's visible in my voice too, but it's evident in my voice. But yes, but the Yuzong pick, what do you think about that, Sarah?
Yes, that's kind of like I should not be siding, but then again, the Yuzhong is a bit of a weak pick here, considering Team Vengeance Arc has sustained as well as DPS now that they have picked up on the Claude and the Valentina. So the Yuzhong during the team fights would actually be melted out pretty fast. And Waldo, if you wouldn't mind carrying on for a few minutes, I will be joining you right back.
No worries, not an issue at all. But viewers, the draft is set. The stage is ready for our semi-finalists in the game two of the Northeast Cup. Please cheer on your favorite teammates. We are having an absolute show. The draft is beautiful from both sides, and we'll have to see who can do it best, who will cook the rest. And the fight is already underway. Both lanes are in the mid. They're trying to fight for that dominance, and clearly Valentina with the help. But on the bot side, both the EXP laners already going at it, and that's what is so fun watching EXP lane on the cam, because they're always beefing, man. They're always beefing with each other. And the Gato already using up his revitalize, going in the mid lane as a roamer. I think he has gone for an encourage, because the conceal would not be that good on the Gato. But yeah, meanwhile on the top side, the Nathan just clearing lanes, playing really aggressive. He knows their roamer is not with the Claude, and he's trying to punish him a little for it. Also, the Borg trying to take up a little farm on the bot side. Viewers, please like, share, and interact with the stream. We also have an other really, really insane match. Gonna be Evil facing off their opponent in the next game, and we'll have to also see who will be there, who will they face against in from that match. You're gonna get one finalist, and you're gonna have one from this series. Competing for the best of the best from their state. So please cheer on. But right now, there's already an action. The first blood picked up by Apathetic. He is redeeming himself after the performance in the previous round. But Mihawk responds, and another kill. Two already on the side of Omen. But this is not good for Vengeance Arc, because they need this win. But the turtle has already begun, and it's gonna get shedded out by the fire missiles of that Borg. And meanwhile, both sides just having to reassemble and recalculate what they want to do. Especially Omen, look at how they're pressing against the map. This Nathan is playing like an EXP laner. Benedetta, the way he is playing so aggressive, he's on their side of the jungle, and I think he's finally gonna back out. Doesn't want to push for that gold. Gets the gold crab too. This is what you like to see, a really, really confident guy on that gold lane. He knows what's up. He knows. And look at that, using that ult as a taunt, but there might be some action. They want to charge on the Alpha, preemptively sensing some kind of worry, gets a warning from his roamer, and uses the charge instantly to back out to prevent anything else happening.
Yes, Baldudu. And meanwhile, Sarah is having some technical issues and she fixes it up. I'll be taking her spot for now. So, Baldudu, how's the game going so far? Because I'm seeing the lead is on the hands of Team Omen again, I think. Yes.
Yeah, the Omen is once again taking the reins, in this early. But look at that on the bot side. Once again, the Avatar of the Guardian. Look at that combo. Absolutely beautiful. One CC combo after another. Alpha did not get a chance to even move, man, before he got melted.
Yes, like this side of Omen, they have such good synergy because somehow they hit their ultimates every time. So like they have a lot of synergy, and that is something that I think the Vengeance arc is really struggling to fight off against because you can't really fight off a synergy unless you have your synergy of your own. And so far, the goal lead is on their hands already because only not even 5 minutes in, and I see around 2.5k goal lead on their hands already. And I think there could be a potential engage in the top lane Baldudu.
And dude, that Claude is trying so hard. He's dodging so much, but there's no way he's gonna survive. He will fall. Nathan uses reposition along with the flicker, but gets caught out a little too deep. But the avatar of the Guardian, catching three, the last insanity, chasing more. They want some more, but it is not gonna be enough. The Alpha is trying to catch that Gato, but he's gonna walk out safe and sound. Only the Nathan paying for the folly in that top side. So the scoreboard still in the favor of Omen. And yeah, dude, this is the issue, Ray. They do not have anyone for instant burst damage from the side of Vengeance Arc. They need to keep hitting all of their skills 2 to 3 times for them to even get a single kill. Meanwhile, that Nathan and that Yuzong is putting in so much AoE damage.
Lot of AoE indeed, and they're getting fed, bro, because they're getting the gold, they're getting the resources. They just got another. I think this was the second objective, I believe, the turtle. I'm quite not sure yet, but you can enlighten me on that later. Alpha just got his hands on the Warx, but I think Xborg is quite ahead of him already, and they are making sure to pick off the goal lane as much as possible, knowing if they can give Nathan the breathing room to farm easily, this game is on their hands, and this is something that Vengeance Arc weren't able to pull off that much. And there's an engage possibly here as Xborg is charging in.
And once again, the export trying to make some plays, but nothing will come out of it for now. They just get the objective on the top side, the turret, and
Mm-hmm.
steal as much high ground as possible for themselves. Moving on to the invade, and they pick up that blue buff too. The goal lead is slowly moving towards 2k in favor of Omen. But look at that Claude with a solo kill gets while we're not paying attention, but the last insanity used up on the high lows. They clap back, but a really, really good play from the Claude. Despite being underfarmed, this man from Tripura is doing an absolutely phenomenal job.
He is definitely on the level 99. On the bot lane, though, we see a potential takeoff happening. Oh,
Oh, on the bot, the Frigid Glacier with the CC, the Hailstone Blast. Too much for Alpha to start. And right now, these guys are chasing onto the Fovius. He's dashing off with his Monolith. He's buying as much time as he can, but he will not make it out alive. Sent back to the base with some tears in his eyes, as that Aurora's glaciers must have ripped him a new tear in. And right now,
definitely.
the turtle has begun. They are using the fire missiles, and once again, an uncontested turtle. The third turtle once again moves onto the side of Omen. It's looking like a repeat of the previous game. Vengeance needs to do something, and they need to do it fast, Ray.
They definitely do because like they just lost out three of the objectives, which the total amount of gold and XP going to them would be a lot. And they have even secured like three of the turrets in the mid, in the top. Like they have secured all the lanes so far. The first, the tier three first, I forgot, but basically the end turrets. So that is going to be a valuable resource and giving them a lot more map control already. The river as well as all the side lanes are in their hands. So you will be able to make more window of opportunity and ganks as soon as possible. And look at that, like this is what map control gives you. They have so much comfort, and Nathan doesn't have to worry about losing his lanes. He can rotate to any lane and farm as much as he wants. Although level 99 Breeze really performed the level 99 move and was able to take down Nathan solo. I don't think it really matters because look at the damage. He's not even able to melt out the Draga armor that Xborg has, and that is not looking good so far. And unless there is a, I believe so, there has to be a little blunder happening on the side of Team Omen, and that is the only possibility they can make a comeback because I think they're already hungry for an engage in the bot lane.
Look how heavy they're driving onto this guy. But the Gato is gonna probably just ult out to safety, and he does exactly that. This is the issue you have. There's nobody for burst damage. Hylos lost half his HP by the time his pathway, he reached the end of his pathway. Oh, this is not good. This is not good at all for Vengeance. The goal lead also is so high right now. It is 5k up and counting. They need to get back, but I don't think they're going to be able to contest the Lord with what they have right now.
Yeah, they are not in this situation. They don't have the control. They are lacking behind of goal lead around 5,000, which is a lot considering this is only 9 minutes into the game. It is still mid phase, so they have lost a lot of touch in this. But look at the engage happening in the riverside.
And there's some more action happening. The glorious pathway being used up to not but any use because they got their objective, which was the Lord. The Lord taken up almost instantly as soon as it respawned after that turtle take. And yeah, that Lord is going to be marching down the bot side for for Omen instead, and Vengeance will have to once again be on the defensive and hope Omen make a mistake. But it doesn't look like Omen is planning to make a mistake right now. They're really safe, and they baited out the blazing duet before that Lord marches down. A very important resource for Vengeance in this defense.
Absolutely. And I think Valentina is just not, it's just not being utilized at all. I think something else would have been much better considering despite and they're being so aggressive, knowing they have the upper hand, knowing they are in the driving seat, and there's nothing much the side of Omen can really possibly do. And engage happening as AOG
Oh, the
goes in.
avatar of the Guardian! A beautiful catch! The kill onto the Foveus, but Breeze responds with a kill on the Gato, but the double kill, triple kill. Is he going for the Maniac? That Lord is gonna march down. There's nobody to clear the lane except a Claude who is alone with Dexter. Will it be enough? I don't think so. The last insanity used, they're just gonna mark down, chase, and zone out this man as Vengeance Arc will be knocked out in the semi-finals, and it's gonna be Omen who will take this win and the series moving on to the finals of the the Tripura round.
Yes, absolutely. They like what a beautiful engage is coming in. This Gatot, I mean, absolute deserving of the MVP. There's just nothing. His ults, the avatar of the Guardians, absolute cinema. Apathetic on the question mark. That is definitely what his enemies will say. Like when he's coming from the sky to dive in, they'll be like apathetic. So that's the reason he has the question mark, just like art. And what a beautiful engage on the Gatot, man. Like I think this is so far one of the really impressive Gatot catches I've seen so far, and what a brilliant play. Omen has the synergy, and they made sure of to get the map control, denied the goal lane, denied the jungle. Just beautiful overall execution so far. And I think they were, after all, the win goes to the better team, and they were definitely the better team. As we're back on the desk, I am the host, but I took up the caster spot. Sarah, are you with us?
Special
Were you able
Yes,
mention to
to
yes.
go?
Sarah.
Right back.
Special mention
Sorry
to Oh,
about it,
she's here.
guys.
She's here.
But I'm back.
Hello, Sarah.
Yes, yes. We are
Were you
back
able to
right
witness the
there.
match?
Yes, I did. And Team Omen right here will be taking the victory right there. And it's actually a 2-0 secured by them against Vengeance Arc, which is quite the feat, I would say. I have known Vengeance Arc for quite some time, and they have been performing extraordinarily well in all tournaments. But Team Omen here surely won our hearts with that performance.
Yes,
And
absolutely, Sarah.
absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you for your insight. And Baldur, what do you have to say about this game? Because you were there from the beginning. So, you know,
Well, in terms of draft, they were going so well, Vengeance Arc on both rounds, but they kind of messed up. In round one, they had nobody to frontline and, create that setup, keep them locked down so that their backline does not get chased. And in game two, they did exactly that. They took too much frontline and they didn't have anyone to burst them down. The Claude did really good for a Claude, but I would have rather seen something like a Brody who could do some early game damage and lessen the pressure. And maybe the Valentina was the good. I really like the Val pick, but it was not executed right. So Vengeance Arc, while doing good, was just not the play for them to make.
absolutely agreeing with you there. The Vengeance Arc, they will be denied their vengeance as they will get clean swept by the side of Team Omen Whispered Legends. And just like you mentioned, those weren't whispers, those were loud horns, especially coming in from the Katutacha. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're closing in with the semi-final series of tonight. Sorry for the state of Tripura, but there's an announcement, something that you guys have been waiting for. It is going to be Team Evil Esports game, which was delayed last night due to the scheduling issues, but they will be playing, they will be coming in, joining in this game, and the casters will be coming in as well. It is going to be Kronos and Linwall as well. So you guys gotta bring your friends for this one because the match is going to be spicy. And uh, with that, we'll be taking a short 5 minutes break. But Evil Esports, they're already here. We will have to see if they will be taking this crown live, or will they be one of those squads that will go down in this tournament that will get eliminated just like the other top two. So ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned, and we'll be right back after a short 5 minutes break. So hydrate yourself, take some water. We'll be right back, and grab your popcorn.
Thank you guys, and good night for now from my end.
Hi guys, I'm so excited to tell you that I just received my cosplay outfit. I am so excited for the Northeast Cup. Also, just to let you know that the prize money for Moba Legends cosplay event is 25,000.
What? 25,000?
Yeah.
Like for real, 25,000?
Yeah.
Guys, I got Rumi's outfit, so now the 25,000 is mine.
Guys, I'm running away. I got my stuff. And don't forget that the Northeast Cup land prize is $3,000. See you guys. I'm in danger. Okay?
What about 2 lakh plus diamonds?
Yeah, the 2 lakh plus diamonds also. Bye.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Nordic Cup, and this is gonna be a continuation match from yesterday's, match. So it's gonna be Evil Esport versus Waisho Week, and it's gonna be an exciting match. We have seen both of them play, both the teams play, and it was great. They were playing really good. Yeah. So right here with me, it's Kronos and Linwal. So yeah, how are you, Kronos?
Hey, I'm doing fantastic, Liv. I'm doing absolutely fantastic. It's of course pretty late in the night, 12:30, and everyone's
12:30.
excited. Everyone wants to be here. Evil Esports versus White Week, but Live Gaming. I wanted to ask you something, but before that, Linwell, what do you think, bro? Are you pumped or what? You got the suit on. You made me put a suit
Amen.
on. Live Gaming looks like he's just, he's just there chilling in his room.
It's all right. It's all right. We both, different clothing, but same vibes. For all hype for today's match. Evil Esports and Team versus Waiso Week here. Although a lot of hype for Evil Esports, sir. A lot of expectation, guys. A lot of expectation. Even the chat also. But yes, we'll throw it back to Lip for now.
Yeah, it's gonna be an
Yeah.
exciting match. Did you see the Joe from Evil
Ooh.
yesterday?
The dog man, bro. The
Dog,
dog,
man, got that dog
Oh
in
my
him, boy.
god, man! The last kick, like he kicked Beatrix, like
Yo,
he was
so
kicking
good,
something.
yeah.
I was watching that exact moment again and again.
Yep.
I was streaming at the time and I was watching it again and again. I was like, yo, what is this?
Oh my god.
After the live stream, like after the stream casting,
Mhm.
I was playing and
Mhm.
I started using Joe.
Oh,
Oh.
he inspired you. The dog
Yeah,
man
yeah, yeah,
inspired the dog in him
yeah.
to get out and
Yeah.
start kicking people left, right, and center. I'm just surprised you didn't go out in the road and just started kicking people because you felt like Joe.
That'd be crazy,
Ah,
bro. That'd be crazy. Wait,
yeah,
Cross, you want to ask something to Lip Gaming before?
Oh
we
yeah,
go
yeah.
to
Oh yeah.
esports?
Lib,
Yeah.
you know what? I don't. I knew I was gonna. I already told Lib the question I was gonna ask, but I'm not. So I'm not gonna ask that. I know one thing. I heard Lib Gaming. While I was eating in the background, he said something. Why so weak? Is so strong that they beat Lib's team in the tournament. I know you're looking for revenge, Lib. That's why
Yeah,
he's talking
I'm
about the
with
dog
I'm
man, the
with
Joe
evil. I'm with
kicking.
evil today. I'm with evil today. They
Story
are
move.
gonna kick Why So Weak. They defeated
Why
my
so?
team, so they're gonna kick Why So Weak. Why So Weak today.
Why so we gonna feel extra weak today? So
Mm.
weak,
Mhm.
so weak.
Actually, Why So Weak? The team. I know the team. So actually, they are all players. Like they are OG players. They know the
Ooh.
game. They have lots of experience in the
Ooh.
game. They're really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. So that means it's gonna be OG players versus OG players here. Evil also, the OG players. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
battle of the olden days.
Yeah, and I think the battle of the olden days is just given the fact that how evil esports, before the tournament even started, people are like, Kronos, evil esports, are they taking part? Evil esports, which state are they from? Evil esports, they're gonna make it out to the LAN phase? Are they gonna make it through the online phase? Are they gonna make it to the state final? Hey, guess what? We're gonna find out, ladies and gentlemen, because we're gonna go straight into the draft phase for this one. Why so weak on the blue? Evil Esports on the red. Of course, Linville on the deck, along with myself, Kronos. And now we're going to make it go crazy.
Indeed. And it's going to be quite interesting. Best of 3 series. Evil Esports, they're not going to be the first one starting, which somehow we have seen them play a little bit more better in those drafts as a second pick because they do still have that option for getting the double pick. Usually bans are quite the usual ones for the side of Evil Esports. They have these target bans, which they've been going for almost every single match. Sometimes they opt for Suyo, sometimes they opt for the lane, which we have seen Viv play on it. So we've only seen very few assassin heroes from him, or let's say jungle heroes this time around, if Wiser Week goes for those bans, so it's gonna be looking a little bit more sketchy for that Evil Esports. But they're gonna start us off with a Matilda. Seen very few assassin heroes from him, or let's say jungle heroes this time around. If Wiser Week goes for those bans, so it's gonna be looking a little bit more sketchy for that Evil Esports. But they're gonna start us off with a Matilda.
Manipuri rap for a second so that everybody can come over.
I mean, I'm not really good in Manipuri, so forgive me if I mispronounce anything. But okay, match the Jan Wiser in Evil Esports Wiser Weeks now. I can't do this, bro. I'm so sorry. Personal sa. Hoy. Dugo Carlos ka kasi ay live nga layer mo na. Horen hujik desto horop ganda Manipuri lon nga sira en kan ba atu madi ko kangro na atu toram terba atu hujik ti ay kutang leri live di kon na horen nga ni casting test sa pakanda atu band still la le hujik cross nam bizrege. Yeah, cross you can take it.
Hey, whatever he said, guys, I believe him and whatever he said. So of course, right now we're getting ready to rumble. It is the time of the day. It's actually past the day. We're no more on the 24th. We're already on the 25th. And Evil Esports started the day bright and early, ready to play this game. Semifinals. Why so weak? The underdogs in this one. They have no pressure on them whatsoever. So, of course, Evil Esports have all the pressure on them. Matilda, Hylos, Zushin being banned out. On the other side, Suyu, Khalid, and Vexana. They leave that show open. I think, oh my goodness, Linwell, no way.
Wait, we thought they were the second pick, but that's a chip on the first hand here. Nonetheless, on the hands of Evil Esports here, who has had a wonderful time in setting up those fights in the early stages, even with a chip, or sometimes goes with the Franco Choi combo. We did see that in the previous rounds in the quarterfinals, but this time around, that's a chip, guys. That is gonna be. I think this is one of the very first time in a long time we've had a chip in any of these games, which usually he's been banned out for so long. But this is going to be a super interesting match here, Carlos.
You know what, Linwell? I'm going to pull up my ban and pick sheet right now. So, of course, we will take a look. In round one, folks, those of you who don't believe me. But in round one, Chip was banned 100% of the time. His win rate is 66%. He was picked 3 times in 300 matches. 300 matches, he was picked 3 times. All right, we're talking about Chip. Round 2, always banned. Round 3, always banned. Round 4, always banned. Top 8, always banned. Now we're here in the semifinals and they decided to leave him open. Costly mistake.
Yep, indeed. Who knows, maybe Wiser Week has a strat in mind to counter this. They do have the Carmilla and Gatot, so maybe pop the Cursed Blood when the portal comes through. Maybe a strat, you never know. Wiser Week here could be plotting something, but looking at the Sicilian here alongside, it's going to be slightly more difficult. Maybe that situation could have been a bit more better with a stronger early to mid mage. Even the Aurora or the Vixana, even in this case with the Logi, could have been more stronger for those setups, I'd say. But Evil Esports here with the Ling and the Grok, which is going to be quite the phenomenon to watch. Especially, I believe the Grok is going to be on the hands of the Dogman here, who, he just performed tremendously well. We've just been talking time and time again about him, which is shown us why we should be talking about him. So this game, if he does play the Grok, I'm going to be pretty interested in watching him play that.
Yeah, I think the Grok on the EXP, the Chip in the Roam, looked like Viv in the jungle with his Ling. I'll be honest, I'm not convinced with his Ling so far. I think this Ling definitely going to be a different story. It could be Dovapon, but on the other side, the lovers unite. Sicilian and Carmilla right next to each other. Carmilla, of course, will do great as a counter against this chip with the Curse of Blood. Sicilian looking to dish out that late game damage. Going to be susceptible to this Ling. But the Gato looking to dive in and add onto the AoE that they have already.
Yep, indeed. And he will have a really fun time. But Crash, this is the case with the Gato Gacha, which is either a win scenario or a lose scenario. Which mostly, if teams have good micro skills, yeah, they are able to dodge the AOG. They know how teams are going to set up for the AOG. Sure, you have the Carmilla, but alongside that, you need a little bit more oomph for setting up those fights. So a lot of pressure to this Gatot if he wants to land those skills. Maybe he's going to preemptively aim them. So, which it's a 50-50, But why so weak there? They're opting for the Nolan here, which I'm liking a little bit more. He will be having those fast rotates and fast jungle clears, but he'll have to keep a lookout for the side of Evil Esports here, who just might invade him. There's a Chip, there's a Grok, and a Lu. Yee! My goodness, dude. Evil Esports just might go for early invades here in this case.
Yeah, I think these early invades, Lu Yi, oh, no way. Well, this is too much. They're getting too greedy on the side of Evil Esports. I hope, I've not seen such a greedy draft in a really long time. They have the Chip, they have the Lu Yi, they have the Ling, they have even a Grok along with the Harriet. You're dominating every single lane except for the jungle. Why? Because the Ling needs the late game power spike. He's going to be the hyper carry on this one. The Harriet's going to be dominating the early game on the goal lane. The Chip's going to be dominating the roam position. Of course, Nolan is the win condition for why so weak to start snowballing early on to get those fractures, to get that extra creep on the other side. Level 6 to level 4 is what they'll be looking at before the turtle. So I think Little, what do you think about the draft? I think they're too greedy, but it could work.
Well. See, this is the point. This is the point, currency. They're greedy, but you know why they're greedy? They're greedy for that W. They're greedy to go to those finals. They're greedy to show their fans, we can make this work. And the only way to see that here will be this first game. Sure, they're going against the Beatrix, which is gonna be quite difficult in those team fights. But we are on to the land of dawn, ladies and gentlemen. And we are going to start us off. Kronos, the board is looking very level for both teams.
Yeah, I think the fact that the board is looking level so far, it's going to be a tough one coming in. A Rook really trying to zone away. Look at that. They get the sun going in. That's first blood down already. And that's the pressure that I was talking about. That's the pressure at Shenzo from Ohio right now. Feels like he is a Minzy YZ. Minzy, right? What do you call it? Minzy?
MNZ. We're going with MNZ. It sounds cooler. Minzy just sounds like a dating character from some all retro game, which I'm like, nah, this guy's too cool for that. But yeah, for now there, as you said before, Cross, very greedy. They are getting the kill, and I thought the team side of Weiser Week would have given them a little bit more respect, because you're going up against a Chip, a Luo Yi. No way you win that early game, especially against a Sicilian. Holy, it's gonna be so hard here. Coming on first game here, first kill. Probably gonna go for another one, maybe in the midsection. Looking for an objective. No one hesitating a little bit, hovering over. Good catch. The Luo Yi, Kirsaki if he goes to the bush, but no, he plays safe. That's the macro we like to see from the side of Evil Esports, but the Grok is the first to make the contact. Tries to go in. No, not going to connect. There is the fracture. There is the Tempest of Place. Goes into back line, but now dashes back out. Rook is the only front player left with. Tries to go in alongside his team, but it's a little bit delayed for his side. Waiting for an opportunity perhaps here. Rook playing off the lanes, getting those level 4s. Everyone level 4 right now, ready for the team fight possibly. That's about to start up, and Harriet will be ready with the recall. But Beatrix recalling there is quite tough decision. Mr. Weak, so much damage getting bursted down. Shell going onto Kirsaki. Backline here looking quite strong though. Charge on X. tanking a lot of damage. They use the AOG, but there again, you know, it's so hard to land with AOG, as I did say earlier. It's only proving that point and solidifying that fact. Massive portal, though, if he wants to recall and goes directly into it, that's just a free teleport for side Evil Esports for bot lane section. MNZ has to force out the flicker. Does he has to do a Javelin force, though? That's so much damage here coming from this Creatrix. Double ultimate available. Third though being contested by side Voice so weak. Oh, Kirsaki just might be in some trouble. Forced to use the flicker with the Tempest dash and gets it successfully. Although, Rook here hovering a little bit over here. 3-0 right now, currently for side Evil Esports. Voice Week did get a turtle, but they'll be looking to capitalize perhaps with the jungle farm. And for now, Evil Esports here winning those individual fights and macro plays. But overall, here, objectives looking on the side of Voice Week as they might be going for a gank in the bot lane section.
Yeah, and I think they are trying to get something going indeed. But for now, zone it away on the side of White, so we can look at that Stangen Claws comes out. They go in for the bat impact. Rook not being given those portals to go back. You can see ASAP LE right now channeling that inner rapper in him, trying to get that advantage. But all the level 7, but oh my god, Rook gets caught out. We'll have to get out of the harm's way. Forced to flicker even.
Yeah, but he's a chip, you know, he can risk getting caught out. So tanky, just gets regen back to quarter and full half in a quarter HP. 75%. Rook spotting out Wick, has the pressure, could go in.
Yeah, he goes in. Look at that. They go in along with that. Rook, however, gets the portal coming in. Shortcut is used, but the wild charge comes out right at the time. Nipper's passion there. Warwick, Mr. Wick is forced to back off, and Whiff comes in, picks up the kill. 2-0-0 on him already. Evil Esports have the advantage.
Yep, indeed. They will be trying to go for more there, perhaps now. As up kill here, hovering over the midsection. Kirsaki, if he gets a play, might just get caught, but Rook gonna be the one to check out the bush, and he's taking so much damage here from Sanguine Claws alongside the bad impact with SMK here. That is the benefit of having a Nolan in your team. Revitalize useful just to heal up the rest of his side of Voice so weak, back to full HP. Grok here alone in the front lines, gets taunted. Might just go in with Fracture, half HP gone, chucked down. Still has the wall charge here, waiting for his team to start the play, and that is go for it, but the Retribution not gonna be connected from Viv, and instead loses the 2-0 trade. Turtle also going on the hands of Why So Weak. Very unfortunate here, Viv. That was a huge misplay coming from you. Rook though, trying to defend mid lane section. There's a bit of damage, pops the portal. That is Sicilian's gonna be in trouble. MNZ comes through it. But Zaman Force not going to be connected. So much burst onto Rook, and it gets connected to the side of Dogman with the bloody curse.
Oh my goodness, that was a team fight that they didn't want to pick, but I think the fact that they went in on the turtle, tried to get more than they could chew, became a problem for them, and not having them in the turtle fight. Oh my goodness, here he goes for the fracture and will.
Indeed, Kirsaki getting taken off so fast. Although that's the problem with the Nolan. He's just so quick on the action. Sometimes even you know you just might miss it if it happens in a blink of an eye. Voice a week here, forced to back off. No, they will be trying to go and defend this bot lane turret, I believe, sir. The rotations might just come in. Charizard X might be the one to deal with, but he's gonna be blocked here by the dog man. Possibly. Good. Find someone. Still hovering over the top section. Why so weak here? Wants to take his turret. Will be successful in doing so. Eyes on the chip, possibly, but they do find the Kirsaki. And the bad impact. Finish him off with male kill for the side of Team Why So Weak. Rook here, doesn't matter if he's so tanky. He gets melted by 4 members of Why So Weak. They're getting a second tier turret. Not being contested. Mid lane section just might be in trouble. They might just get sandwiched here. Rico trying to be done by MNZ, but no, they are going to be escaping safely.
Yeah, I think that greedy draft not working out for Evil so far, and you can see Charizard X as well. Just trying to do quite a lot of damage with that 0-0-5 on this Gatot. just a little too much for them to deal with. They have this late game Sicilians already scaled up so well right now, and I think this is gonna be a problem for their side. The Nolan, the scale, the Sicilian as well, and now the Herod, the Ling. They're looking for answers. The Louis is the one they should be looking for, but not having a great game thus far. 1-2-2. Kirisaki. Yeah, I think this is it all comes down to how the Dogman will be able to use that wild charge and be the difference maker. But look at that, Linwell. They want to go in. Mr. Wick is just trying to zone them out. Ling gets caught out, and Whiff here should be next.
Up indeed, but Dogman here, stranded in of nowhere. It's taunted so much. There's a pull. There's K-League taken down by Viv here. Huge kill coming in. I believe that was a shutdown, so a lot of gold going towards the lane here. We'll be able to capitalize possibly in the midsection. But oh, look at those abilities. AOG with the bazooka. The zoning the side of Evil Esports just to get the turret. And they will be falling back. Very good discipline coming from side Why So Weak.
Yeah, why so weak are playing discipline. Realize that it's Evil Esports that they're going against, one of the favorites, not just to make it out of here, but also favorites for the tournament. So of course they have to play it safe, but will they be able to do so? Because of course the chip will make a big difference along with MNZYZ. He's looking for the damage.
Oh, top lane here. Viv gets sniped. And tries to go in. Oh, with a flicker. Nibiru so low in HP. He even had a Tempest of Blade to spare. Didn't utilize it, knowing he was safe. Or, I mean, if he did use it, it would have cancelled off the Finch Poister. A bit risky for him. But Evil Esports here looking very shaky right now, not knowing who to target for. Twice a week positioning has been impeccable. Rook just might be the one for the starter, as you did say. Dogman though in the bush, sure, gonna be revealed.
Yeah, he's trying to. And at this point around, the Dogman being the target for them. And he's trying to zone them over, but he's not able to. Mr. Rick just walks into the back line, zoning Will away from his purple. Linwell, this might be another one.
Yep, indeed, wall charge coming in, but the flicker just connected. Nibiru's ultimate being popped also. Rook getting melted down, tries to run away, but Wade getting the kill for that. His chip gets taken down for Evil Esports. Why so weak here? Could possibly go for Lord there within the bush here. Possibly waiting for someone to catch off guard. Maybe the back line is, but he missed on the skill tier. Tries to go into Sicilian taunt coming in from the Gattacacha, but the Tempest of Blade just enough to get the shutdown onto a higher. Dashes back into safety, but the Grok just might be in some trouble. No, he managed to escape. But all the while, we have Kaylee here taking the Lord while all these actions happening. Bot lane section also. MNZ pushing onto the turret. Gonna be distracting Team White so weak a little bit. But they will be waiting for defense here with just playing around with the pitch boys.
Yeah, I mean, he has to, right? He's looked to split push the entire map. That's why he's got the Finch boys going in at the moment. But MNZ-wise, looking to get the team fights going down. Lord marching down mid lane. Well, this could be the end for Evil Esports, to be honest.
Yeah.
They'll be looking to end the game, but will they be able to do so? That's the big question.
Yeah, the problem is lanes are not being synced. Service law is going to be melted a little bit faster by Viv here. And they will be going to the bot lane second tier turret though. Waiting in the bushes, waiting for an opportunity here perhaps to go onto Evil Esports. Spots out Rook. First one here. Sees the Dogman. Backline in safety, but not going to commit here. They know their positioning. They know who to go for. If they go for it right now, it would have been a little hard to commit fully. So why so weak here, opting for taking all the jungle farm in from the side of Evil Esports, which Kronos, so far, how Evil is playing, it's getting very hard to catch the backline of why so weak.
Yeah, the fact that why so weak are playing so safe. Mr. Wick just providing so much zone for the rest of the team. Charizard willing to be a sacrificial lamb every single time with that avatar of the Guardian. Can go in, can also protect the backline as well. While ASAP Kelly just looking for the opportunity to pick someone off. But I think that's what it's going to be up. But if he's able to pick off Kirisaki before the fight even begins, or MNZYZ, that could be the difference maker. But here, Charizard X.
Oh, try to go in, but no, just gonna get a stack for the TB. Yeah, they're finding someone possibly. They will be waiting for this Lord fight that'll be coming up. And the Kronos, I just have to say, oh, wait, they went for a divergence play in top lane section here. This is quite unexpected, but mid lane, looking a little bit vulnerable. Voice Weak doesn't really know this though. So, Evil Esports, yeah, they're still in the bush, Kronos.
they're
Still the
still
push.
they're waiting onto someone. They know they need to pick someone off, and this is the moment. But they realize this is not the time. The time is to go for the Lord on the other side, and Rook is the only one that's remaining there because he has the portal, he has the shortcut to help everybody out.
Yep, indeed. It will be a little bit late to the party, so a lot of pressure on Dogman to be the front line. Charger at X giving the vision here. Viv and Kirsaki being spotted out. This is the goal to take control of the map section and the bot lane section. And possibly the Dogman also, who might be in a bit of trouble. Fracture coming in. Forced to use the wall charge very early on, just as the Lord spawns here. But Wig being chased a little bit by Viv there. There comes about impact. A lot of damage coming to backline. Forced to go back. The chip though, Rick is in the back line. Has to force out the recall. If he gets caught out now, it would have been quite impossible for Evil Esports to possibly contest this, but they are going for a split push instead, which, will not go unchecked though. What? Charge out X hovering over here. Gonna cancel out the Lord. They don't want to go for it here in this team fight, especially with all of them grouped together. A lot of positioning here on the advantage of Evil Esports. No info there. Why so weak here? Doesn't want to commit. Goes to defend those lanes. Back here. MNZ tries to push on the third. Also Jalen Force. Chrono Dash coming in also. But AOG pushes back. Just enough. Still waiting in the bush though. Viv gonna start off the Lord. And Fracture coming in onto the dog, man. So much damage here. This Nolan Kaylee has been quite the hero for his team. But the Flicker Blade coming in and Nibiru Ultimate being popped also. There is the Tempest of Blades, but you're all alone. I don't think you can do that much damage here. That's popped out and escape from the team fight. Top lane though, MNZYZ just might look for a cancelled play. There's the divergence to stop the recall for it, but Charger X, is gonna make it back. And the portal here coming in. Lower Yido all alone as a frontliner. They got an inhibited third, but at what cost? Kirsaki gonna be the first one to fall here in this team fight. Chip gets chased around. Rook gets cleaned up by Senzu, sending him to Ohio. And Evil Esports here. Only 2 members left. Really, never mind. To defend this Lord push, which is upcoming. We have the Temples of Blaze. Fracture damage so high here from Kaylee. Wants to go in, wants to win it, really greedy on doing so, but it's quite understandable with the position they've been through. Tries to cut off the Lord's path here. Viv trying to play a bit more time for his team for response to come in from Rook and Kirsaki. But the mid lane turret gets taken down. There's the AOG onto the Dogman. He gets taunted. It's all MNZYZ to defend this Lord, which is looking quite impossible. Chrono Dash also not gonna save you from that. A team, why so weak? Taking game number 1.
Oh my goodness, Linville. Oh my goodness. That was a clutch moment coming in from Why So Weak. They had the idea, they knew what they were lacking, and I said it before and I'll say it again. Evil Esports quite greedy with their draft, understanding that these are all meta heroes. And of course, they work well together, but these are the heroes you don't get every single time in the game. So getting greedy this time around means that that was yeah, it was just very greedy. It was just very greedy.
Yeah, they needed an answer for the Gato Gacha, which could have gotten a Lunox or maybe a Nathan, but in this case, it's quite difficult. Well, yeah, dude, we need to go back to the casting desk. Your lips waiting for it. You've seen this entire match, and why so weak? The team that took out his team here won the first round of the match. Oh, it's quite unfortunate. I mean, Liv, yeah, I know you're shaking your head, man.
It was a great bit from Week, man. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Still they were not doing much. With the Louis pick and that Chips pick, I don't know about that. So yeah, Week
Yeah.
won. Like Evil, they have to be a little bit serious this time. Like if they lose this game, it's not gonna be good for them. They are gonna be
Yeah.
out tournament. Yeah, so um what do you think
Give us your
about the that
give us your
pick?
insights in Manipuri, man.
Oh, should I speak in Manipuri?
Yeah,
Hey,
sure.
why
Okay,
not?
okay.
Why not
Come on,
live?
for the
Just
viewers.
Okay,
For the viewers.
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯆꯤꯞꯀ ꯂꯨꯏꯒ ꯑꯅꯤꯃꯛ ꯄꯥꯏꯁꯟꯕ꯭ꯔꯣ ꯀꯩ ꯈꯟꯒꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯗꯣ
Hoy, like double teleport kari tawgi tawbra aduga kari
greedy, greedy.
bro
Why?
bro like they teleport there and then come back. What is that? Why?
I mean, there was an idea, right? There was an idea. There was a small window of opportunity where they wanted someone to go apply the top pressure. They were looking to end the game. That's what it was. If somebody went on the other side, they would have cleared the wave and they would have ended the whole
Mm,
thing in one fell swoop. That was what Evil Esports were thinking. It was a possibility. Didn't work out, so they had to go back to square one, find a different answer. And Viv, not really having a great game on that
unfortunately,
Ling.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen other players do well. The Dogman did really well.
Mm,
MNZYZ was good. Rook, unfortunately, I would say got over aggressive. That's a problem that you see happen with the chip all the time. But I think the ability for Wiv was there to carry the game. It's just that he didn't have enough space. And once Mr. Wick started getting a few items, just started going into the jungle, and Viv really
yeah.
couldn't do anything about it. And that's why Evil Esports, I think, let's rather than being greedy for the next draft, they should think over what works for them. Put
Hmm.
the Dogman on the Cho. He's been an absolute beast. Put MNZYZ on the Moscow. Put him on the Beatrix. He's been doing so well.
Yep.
Wiv has been doing well with the Ling, of course. He's done well with the Alpha before. So these are two picks that they can juggle in and out. And of course, I think Rook does play well with the Edith. He's done well with the Grok. So I think they should go back to square one and try to level up from there.
Yep, indeed.
So like
And that's a
from
problem also with having the chip, right? You see it banned so many times in tournaments and ranks. You don't get the practice in, especially if you go for the first time at least, or if you have few less experience with it. It's hard to commit through. And if you don't, so you saw Rook being overly aggressive, right? So if you don't have a front layer, it's only going to be the Dogman, the Grok. So Luo Yi positioning is going to be pretty hard. You'll have to play very think a lot, and when you think a lot about your positioning, you lose the other macro abilities, so namely being the pick offs, how to go for a huge target, expecting the AOGs on certain scenarios. If you're thinking about where to position yourself too much, it's gonna come and bite you back in the dust.
so like you guys have seen Link play from VIV. Like
Yeah,
from
his Suyo
yesterday,
is better. His Suyo is better.
the
Not
chat,
Link.
like people are not happy with his Link. Even I'm not happy with his
No,
Link.
no one is.
Yeah. That's what I'm
I
saying. Like,
think the expectation is too high, right? I think the expectation is too high for Evil Esports to come back and make this. And of course, at the same time, they can pull it off. And Viv has been doing well with the Ling. It's just we're trying to expect some worldly play that doesn't happen. He's doing the basics, but
mm,
it's a team game. So I think the team definitely will be looking to go go gung ho the next time because they definitely don't want to lose that one.
yeah, Evil Esport, they have to play a little bit serious this time because like if they
Because
don't
Vice
win
the
this,
Week beat Live Gaming's team.
Yeah, you
why
gotta have
show wake? Why
redemption,
show wake?
revenge.
I'm not gonna lie. They are really good actually. They
Mm.
got lots of.
Yeah.
Ah. So I think for now we're gonna go back to the draft. Second match. Here we go. Transition.
Indeed. Thank you for that, Lip. And yeah, we'll see you around. Possibly if a third game does happen. A lot of pressure on Evil Esports here, Try to take off that tension a little bit and focus a bit more on the draft. The Chrono said it was greedy, but I sort of disagree. It was greedy, but they could have made it work. So they could have been everywhere in the map, but they were always stagnant. That was the problem. If you go with that composition, it's and you don't utilize it to the fullest. I mean, at that point, just go with a different draft, I'd say. But yep, I think it's a little bit of switch up there. Or is it gonna be Jenny in the casting desk?
Oh, wait,
All right.
is he not here?
Hello, Miss Jenny. Are you there?
Yeah. Yes, I'm here. What happened in the first game? What went
Okay.
wrong?
So a little bit of an update. The viewers also already saw it, but basically, Evil Esports went for a very greedy draft. They didn't fully commit to it, and then played it a little bit more backhand. And there was a problem in rotations, problem in positioning. So twice a week, being the top semi-finalist here for the state of Manipur, which Manipur one of the best states for ML right now. So you have to step it up and bring your A game if you want to make it in the big leagues. So far, Why So Weak here performing tremendously well. Evil Esports has to step it up a notch if they want to go towards the finals, which we will find out in this draft that's currently happening. But yes, I'm gonna be your caster, Linwell, for this match, alongside Missy Jenny here, bringing the colorful commentary.
Yep. Well, so this is a team you need to look out for. And well, moving on to this draft, by the way, they have penned away the Nolan as well as the Vixana. Chip and Suyo on the other side. We saw that Elaine was being prioritized by the Evil Spurs in the last match. Do you think that's gonna be repeated?
Might happen, might happen, but I think it's gonna be different second time around because we've seen this happen with a lot of teams. First match usually a warm up, maybe the nerves are still getting to them. Second match more stabilized. They'll need to do that if they're not, and bans here which are quite normal coming from both teams, alongside even the Chip and Suyo. But ooh, Edith and Nolan ban here coming from Waisowi. They're going for specific strategy plans here, which this time around, dude, it's going to be very interesting. The second game, a lot of heroes going to be open for both teams to grab.
Yeah, definitely a lot of power picks are being led through here. And I saw the impact of Kato Takashi in the last match as well. The
Oh,
AOG
yeah.
was well timed every time he used it, don't you think?
Yep. A perfect positioning, always good call to use it. Especially, we don't see Gatot ultimate use that much as zoning ultimates most of the time. So earlier, Why So Weak used it alongside the bazooka ultimate to get those second tier turrets, which just getting that level advantage and the goal advantage, which snowballed into them having a stronger late game at only like around 12 minutes or 9 minutes. Is quite the impact, if you ask me. But why so weak here? Gonna pull up another strong pick with a Zushin being available. Zushin is gonna be such a good hero here against the composition of Evil Esports.
Yeah. I mean, now you're gonna have to be very careful with what you pick in the front line. Oh, they're going for a link again. They're not giving up, and also a Grog will be followed. Well, this is interesting. Grog in the EXP lane, I suppose. Once again, and the link. Yeah, you tell me. You tell me. Is this gonna work this time?
Yep. I mean, we've seen it before. We've seen it again. This time around, with again on the link, he wants his redemption. Everyone in the chat's be like, play a different hero. You've got the skills. Play a different hero. This link is not for you. But he's trying to prove it strong. I don't know if it's the right time to do it or if he doesn't have a backup plan. But a Ling is quite difficult here going against this Hylo, Sushin, and Alpha composition.
Exactly.
Unless you're godly or you have an amazing setup, it's very situational. So Evil Esports, I don't know if they're making the right call for it.
Yeah, I feel like Why So Wake is doing a pretty good job. In the last match, they were off and could be a clean sweep if this goes on, right? Well, unfortunately, I haven't seen Why So Wake play before. Even yesterday, I missed their match, but wow, what a team. Anyways, they also banned the Khalid from the side of Evil Esports, trying to cut away options for EXP. Well, not sure yet if the high loss is for the EXP lane or the roam, but I think it's probably going to be EXP, right?
Yeah, very likely so. Very likely so. Unless they get a huge XP laner here on maybe like the Gato Gacha, and both Hylos and Gato Gacha could go revitalized, but Gato Gacha's banned, so scratch that. And what other options they have remaining? Matilda's ban here, Gato Gacha ban, Grok's already picked. Could go for maybe a Kufra if you want more initiation, because Kufra does work decently well with the Hylos and the Alpha. If you pair alongside Azushin also, it's gonna be pretty good incoming. But bans there. Why so weak here? Why do you think they're gonna ban? Oh, never mind.
Oh, they did the Harriet. They're trying to cut out the options for the goal lane as well since they're yet to pick one. And no more AOG. We saw that the AOG was a disaster for Team Evil Esports the last match. Really good timing every time. So, well, EXPs, when you talk about EXP, what are the picks that are being led through as of right now? We have an Arlot still. And what else?
Phobius.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, maybe the Black Dragon, although it's a little bit difficult, but yo, the Dogman here sticking with
Yeah.
good, all reliable, gonna lock in that show. And hey, man, I respect it. If you take the win, that's amazing for you. If you take the loss, you're going down, playing your best, which that's what we like to see for Evil Esports here. We want them to play their best, and Why So Weak here has been playing it tremendously well. So they're going to be having to kick it up a notch with this draft here, which is looking super strong against Evil Esports composition, unless the Dogman pulls up, another Wave of Dragon.
Yeah. Well, we saw what Dogman did with the show yesterday. He was a difference maker. He was the one who picked the right choices in every time. Even I think you remember both of us. We were like almost shouting when
Yeah.
they were the match, right? And he got the Beatrix pick, and we were like, "Whoa! Now no one's gonna be there to defend." Right. Anyways, oh, we got a Tigreal from the side of Why
Ooh.
So Weak, and 1-1. Will 1-1 be able to dodge show? What do you think?
Oh, it's a 50-50. No, it's Evil Esports. I mean, why so weak here? The 1-1. If you're playing the 1-1, you're not only going to be looking out for the Cho. You're going to be looking out for the Aurora. You're going to be looking out for the Grok. Possibly, if they all come towards you and you don't have flicker, or if it's an inspire 1-1, you're gonna have a lot of difficulty positioning. I'd say if Evil Esports they want to commit towards the goal lane, which they have a very good reason to. MNZ has been a really good goal laner, so he's been performing really well. Although previous game it was just a draft diff, man, at that point, so quite difficult for that. But this time around, Evil Esports here a little bit more flexible, but they'll need to commit to those coordination and communication if they want to make the early game fights to their victory. But we are on starting the match here. Top 8 playoffs of Manipur, the final semifinals of today. And what other way to bring us out other than Evil Esports as well as Why So Weak, which Why So Weak here, 1-0 right now. And the pressure is on Evil.
Definitely. Well, with that, Kronos is back in the dash to continue the match with you. Kronos, bro, what's up?
Hey, thank you so much, Jenny. And I think there was a little bit of audio issues I had in the previous game. Hopefully that gets fixed up right now. And at the moment, Linville, ready to rock and roll. I see the draft and I see Evil Esports have gone back to square one. And let's see how it goes from here on out.
Yep, indeed. Looks like Charger X will be the first one to try and bait out, and that is a wonderful bait of Revitalize coming in from Viv. But he's going to be targeted. Retribution also being used to secure the level 4 and being chased down by rest of Team Weiser Week, which are coordinating towards the bot lane section. Unless Wave Clear coming in the mid lane section. It looks like Senzi just might be in a bit of trouble. Here comes the Doorman on towards him. Frozen and First Blood going towards Evil Esports here. Amazing First Blood to start us off. Sushin getting taken off the ball. Mr. Week here has to go in the long way around. Forced by the Guardian's barrier. Ball lane section looking like it might be a gank. And Jujutsu is gonna play it safe. That's I don't know how I did see that name before around, but yeah, that was quite a funny name going.
Yeah, quite funny indeed. And I think, look at that charge. I think this time given a little bit more of a passive role, I would say. But the dog man over here, he wants to make the aggressive play.
Yep, indeed. Try to go in. Mr. Weak here, trying to catch him off. With Dragon not being committed, he's going to be pulled back by Lantern. There is the Spear of Alpha and gets kicked, but flickers out in the nick of danger. And the massive freeze here coming in from Kirisaki. Gets the kill. Kaylee taken down. Route here just might be the next one, although he is still alive and healthy. Gonna get slowed here by Kirisaki. But he gets pulled with Lantern. Mr. Wick finishing off. Retribution just might be used by Viv to secure the turtle. As Waiso Week here gets a trade off, but loses a turtle and the jungler in the process.
Yeah, I think at this moment in time, you can see that they're trying to get control, but unable to do so. Both teams fighting tooth and nail to get it. And a pause has been requested, folks.
Indeed. Just have to wait a little bit of time if we're going through that. But yes, the game so far has been quite good coming in, and the early game pressure here from the Dogman is what we'd like to see. You go against a Zushin, you need to have that pressure that's applied with the Lantern, which we've been having really great time. The Charger X, who Dogman doing so much damage as it show onto these silos.
Yeah, I think right now the Dogman is the one that actually needs to get this everything started. Right, he has to go in with the Cho. He's the one that has to give the setup, and right now he looking to make the play. Definitely Rook on the charge with the trusty Grok, while Mr. Wick trying to zone them away with the Tiger. Look at them, they're just exchanging emotes, Linwell.
Yeah, indeed. It's just rumor things. Both Rick and Mr. Wick here, really good roamers in the past, and this time around, they're fighting tooth and neck here to stay in the NEC here. Although looks like Evil looking in the aggression has answered it a lot of times, but Senzu here playing it a bit more safe now. He took a kill early on. The Dogman has to go back to his lane, but there is the rotation there coming in on both sides. X?
Outside. Oh, the Dogman though, he went in for the way of the dragon quite early. He thought he could get him, but I think it was just to try and zone them away as well. I'm not sure what he was thinking right there. Did he get caught, Linwell? Did I miss something? But never mind. Here comes the glorious pathway from Charizard X right now, and look at Rook. He's getting zoned out instantly. Power of nature coming out, but he gets picked up with the frigid glacier. Hits right on time. Here comes the whiff. He wants to go in, but ASAP Keely. Oh my goodness. He went in with the Spear of Alpha, not able to do the damage that he needed, and Wiv came into the party right on time, but here comes the Dogman getting zoned out with the Sacred Hammer, coming in from the Doctor, or Mr. Wick, looking like a doctor this time around. Turtle started by Evil Esport. They're looking to get the snowball going.
Yep, indeed. Free Silver coming in. Let's just look like Haley. Might go in.
Oh my goodness, and look at that. Tempest Blade goes up, but he misses the turtle. Indeed, Wiv has to get out after picking up those blades, and look at the invade coming in. 4 versus 4, but they don't want none of it. Evil Esports back off instantly, realizing they cannot win this one. They can't win it all, but they want to take the game by storm indeed, Linwell.
Indeed. It looks like Rook will be the one targeted here after that.
Oh, Rook here has the crossbow gang unlocked for the 1-1. And I think Susu over here might be a problem. Kirisaki might get zoned away. They do have the anti-dive factor, but there's no one that can actually pair well with the Dogman. The Dogman does really well on the Cho, but if you're putting MNZYZ on the Claude, you don't have that instant burst that is needed for this Cho, and that could be a factor that Evil Esports haven't looked into, as none of them have that burst potential. So Rook right now trying to provide the zone at the same time with farming up. MNZYZ takes the gold crab, and they're looking to get that goal lane control alongside the mid river as well. Oh, Blazing Duet comes out, but oh my goodness, Spear of Alpha connects. He gets taken down, and Wick here goes in for the implosion play, gets it. Pride of Ice from Kirisaki to help him survive, but on the back line, the Rook went in for the big wild charge, got the kill, and Wiv here, he might get caught out. Here comes the glorious pathway to cut their path away, and Wiv along with Rook get picked up with the Lantern Flare. Tempest of Blades goes up with the Dogman with the knockup at the right time. Way of the Dragon on towards Mr. Wick. He gets taken down one after the other. Trades made left and right, center, across the board, and Whip trying to pick up the pieces, trying to clear the waves and get something going for the side of Evil Esports. They haven't lost so much.
Yep, indeed. Getting those trades have been quite a good thing here for the side of Evil Esports here. Especially now, Rook knowing his team's already gonna die anyway, so commits towards the 1-1 here to cancel out the goal game and enable the labeling fields to, the fields, goal fields to be a little bit more balanced for him. But could kick him in.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. They have to use a lot of spells, Linwell. Yes, the kick came in from the Dogman, but the amount of spells they used the Frigid Glacier to, Viv had to do the damage as well, along with the Frosty. They even get them down, and Charizard X, baited out so much. And I think if they do that time and time again, Evil Esports might definitely be on the back foot.
Yep, indeed. This time around, they don't have the abilities here to go on to higher. Wait,
Oh my goodness, but look
Oh
at
wow.
that. The Spear of Alpha, ASAP Killy was able to get that going, and Shenzo picked up the kill from Ohio indeed. Not Ohio gameplay, ladies and gentlemen. Doing really well this time around. While MNZYZ was able to pick up something for himself, as on the top side here, G Kundo goes in. He has the Way of the Dragon, doesn't want to use it as well. Right now gets used it, but able to use the pins and needles, trying to save him. Mr. Wick comes in. Rook trying to get back, force the flicker out as well. The control that they have in the game so far. Why so weak? Asking Evil Esports the same question. Why so weak right now? But at the same time, Wiv wants to go in. Finch poise, but look at the zonage coming in, Linwell.
Yep, indeed, really hard here. Evil Esports getting suffocated by Why So Weak. Looks like Glorious Pathway is going to be dropped.
Oh my goodness, and they want to go in to try to get that, but Mr. Wick in the back line gets the implosion, and you can see they stacked up the CC, and oh my goodness, Rook got instantly burst out. The Spear of Alpha, the Lantern Flare. Looks like Why So Weak are having a disco ball under what the side of Shenzo is providing with that control, and they have to split the map. They have to play the macro game, but look at the Wanwan just absolutely going berserk. Tempest of Blades goes down. They get the kill. They get the invade, though, the side of Why So Weak.
Indeed, and all the while happening here, Evil Esports, Kursaki stalling out Why So Weak a little bit. So macro plays coming out are really strong for Evil, but the targeting, that's the option. The which you've been also telling us. Charger X being the first one always to be targeted, which is in the end a really good benefit for Why So Weak, especially to get those massive ultimates gone.
Wait a minute. How were Evil Esports able to take control? But oh my goodness, over here, Rook trying to lead the charge, get baits out the Spear of Alpha. Not a long cooldown. And right now, the Dogman, he's the one to make the play. Has the flicker. No burst damage though. MNZYZ, Claude with the macro play, along with Wiv on the Ling. A lot of macro plays possible from the side of Evil Esports, and that's what you're looking at right now. The tangle for the Lord. It's not a luminous one, but the dance has already started, Linwell.
Indeed. But looks like it's just a bait for now. Why So Weak wants to take this team fight. They know they have the advantage in numbers, which Rook just might be the first one to get pulled by the Lantern. They're still hovering over that, but oh!
With a chain CC one after the other, doesn't have the option to even use the Tempest of Blades, gets taken down. Spear of Alpha, Sacred Hammer, Implosion, and next on the chopper block is the Dogman. He gets picked up and put down like the dog he is. And oh my goodness, Why So Weak are dominating the game so far. 31,000 gold to Evil Esports 28. They're not far behind, but they have no map control. They're lacking what they need, and you can see Charizard X just zoning them away from Why So Weak, just being a nuisance, being a problem, being the frontline peel that his team needs as the Lord comes in marching down the top lane.
Yeah, and they're looking really hard for his side. Evil Esports to defend this. Mr. Weak also going to the back line with the Sacred Hammer, but oh, he just might get punished. Oh, a lot of ultimates being used there.
He did get punished though, but I think Rook sacrificing that big wild charge could be the play. That Mr. Wick doesn't have the flicker, but he does have the implosion, so they can't really dive on towards him right now. MNZYZ has to use the blazing duet, and here comes Charizard X with the glorious pathway. They're trying to cut him off. The Lord is on the top side. They want to end the game so far, but Mr. Wick goes in with Sacred Hammer. Blazing duet comes out to try and clear the way, but there it is, Frigid Glacier, and instantly Mr. Wick gets taken down. The kill in the hands of Wiv right now. And Evil Esports live to see another day, but the Dogman wants to go in, gets caught out with the Spear of Alpha, but he can see the back line. He comes in with the Tempest of Blades. He got no damage to dish out Viv right now. 4-2-1 sitting pretty on that Ling, but looks like Why So Weak want to end the game. Glorious Pathway comes in, but they get frozen by the Frosty Winds. Rook gets the Guardian's Barrier going, and Evil Esports buy themselves some more time, and time is what they need.
Yep, indeed. They will be looking to possibly make a comeback, which so far Why So Weak has not given the space to be breathing for them. The only way how Evil Esports can win at this point, if you ask me, is maybe get the frontliners bait them off for those abilities, at least the implosion. The only one who can do that is Rook here, who so far Mr. Weak has been saying it precisely well. He knows exactly when to use it. He's not going to be one to waste that ability. but this might be caught there in the midsection here. They're all going towards the Alpha. K Lee just might be in some trouble. Top lane.
Yeah, Way of the Dragon connects, but they're using too many spells, but the shutdown so very much needed. Kirisaki picks up the kill, but they used a lot of spells in return as Rook now trying to buy some time, but he gets in. The Wild Charge Whip comes in after you use the Finch Poise, but they go in after the Crimson Peak. It comes out, the knockup is there, and oh my goodness, with Evil Esports trying to take this game by storm, trying to find a way, trying to find answers, and Linwell, they found an answer, didn't they?
They just might be able to end this game here, at least to this top section, get those turrets maybe towards the second inhibitor, even towards the inhibitor. This might happen. There, Wise a Week has to go for a recall, which Evil Esports here, the macro play coming in is quite precise. The Dogman has been so good with getting those G Kundos on the perfect targets, waiting for abilities to bait out those dashes and then go in with the dashes, because Cho is the most mobile hero in ML 5v5 right now. So just can go through the walls, go through the targets, and punish this Zushin here, who even if she has a dash, doesn't matter, but they're flicker play coming in.
Yeah, look at that. Frigid Glacier popped along with everything, but the Spear of Alpha connects. Here comes the Blazing Duet with the Winter Crown. Oh my goodness, that was some big 5-hit play right there, but the Finch Boy is able to get him out of there. Wiv was barely able to survive, and look and see Shenzu from Ohio going with the Crimson Beacon, trying to dish out the damage, trying to get some control, but Susu over here, he wants to go in. Pride of Ice can't really help him survive. He gets taken down. Kirisaki, the base crystal left cracked open from the mid side. MNZYZ, Rook will have to back off. The Dogman just came back up, but Wiv here trying to survive, use the Finch Boys to get out of harm's way. And oh my goodness, Why So Weak turned their attention once again to the Lord. It's a luminous one. This dance is going to be a solo one for them as they're able to pick it up quite easily, while the side of Charizard Exa along with Shenzu zoning them away. Evil Esports is looking dire, Linwell.
Yep, indeed. Just have to pull it off, possibly there, Rook. Here comes the ball charge here. But
oh, he did. Tempest of Blades goes up, the Crimson Beacon comes out. Wiv really has to get out of harm's way. There's not enough damage that he can dish out. He does have the purple, but will he be able to do so? And oh my goodness, the 1-1 comes in, pops everything that they can. It is looking dire, Linwell. It is looking dire indeed.
Evil Esports just might need the miracle to be happening here. They need a hero right now. Middle lane currently being pushed. Mr. Weak just might go into flicker play.
Oh, and look at that. Frigid Glacier comes out, but the Dogman gets caught out. Winter Crown is there. MNZYZ trying to take their attention away. The Brace Crystal is the target, but they're throwing everything at them except for the kitchen sink. Why so weak? Trying to take down the giants of ML India, and looks like they are. Oh my goodness. The Evil Esports have been knocked out of the Northeast Cup, ladies and gentlemen. Giants have fallen. Giants before. Giants no more, Linwell.
Indeed, here. Team Why So Weak just might be coming in with, as the Survey Corps here, taking down those Titans. Has been playing wonderfully well. And you know who they couldn't answer in those team fights at the last very moment? Susu was the unstoppable force for Evil Esports. They couldn't go for a target. They couldn't melt him down. That's the winter wind of nature to immune all of that. He's expecting the auras, frigid glaciers, which, you know, Kirisaki has been too generous with those frigid glacier, I'd say. Costed them those team fights a little bit too much. And it was just a go for the side of Team Why So Weak to capitalize and go ahead. Charger X did get caught off from the early game. But after that, you know, there's no one who can answer him. Sure, you have MNZYZ, but as a Claude, are you just going to keep on attacking the high lords? No. So Team Evil Esports here, unfortunately here, taken down by Why So Weak, who played amazingly well. Really good drafts coming in, is as well as the gameplay here. And I got to give the props to the Tigreal also, who has been always saving his ultimates, saving his flickers and the spells for the precise moment, you know, not getting baited out. And, you know, that is the key difference for a roamer here, especially with Tigreal. Mr. Weak knows exactly what he's doing. But we're back onto the casting desk here. Lib Gaming, man, oh
Why
man.
so
My
weak?
boy Lib,
Why
you've been watching
so
this entire time.
weak?
As
Like they were
quite
literally
again.
saying that to Evil, man. They were literally telling them that
Yeah.
why so weak? Why they were asking Evil, why so weak?
Mhm.
Oh my god, man. 2-0. How? Okay,
Okay.
guys.
You know what, Lib? You asked how. I know there's a lot of fans watching. You're heartbroken, disappointed, but definitely there's a reason why. And it all comes down to the draft. It's literally that.
True.
The first game, they got greedy. They overcommitted. They got the Ling. They got the chip. They got the Lu Yi. All right, you want the Lu Yi, you want the chip, understands. You want to get the Harith on the goal lane to get that goal lane advantage, even the mid to late game power spike. Yes, it's understandable. On the EXP side, who did they have, Linville? Correct me if I'm the Grok. Yeah. They had the
Yeah.
dogman on the Grok to make the play. Yes, you have everything in place already. Why would you want to go for the Ling? You should go for a fighter. Maybe something of an early to mid game power spike to provide the damage, to help the chip snowball, to help the Lu Yi provide the damage. So now that was overly greedy from them. In this game number 2, yes, the dogman did really well on his Cho. Rook was good on his Grok. Discount the bronze medal. He was really good. He did provide the vision. He did the peeling, and the dogman did a lot.
Great
Viv,
wall charges.
yes, yeah, exactly. Brilliant wild charges. Viv, again, I'll be honest. I think this is probably the best link game we've seen from it so far. Did really well. Yes, you have the anti-dive factor coming in from the Aurora in the hands of Kirisaki, but if you are playing the Cho, you need that burst potential to come out from somewhere. And of course, now you don't have the burst from the Aurora. You need the burst from the goal lane. Now you put MNZYZ on a Claude, so you're lacking that burst potential. Okay, the Beatrix was banned out, but the Brody was available. You have the late game in the form of the Ling. You have the Bruno that's up for grabs. So you need to find answers. You need to find something to multiply the draft and take it to the next level. And I think not having the combination that was very well needed. You have the Cho, you need the Beatrix. Or if not the Aurora, go for the Vexana. That would have helped a lot more. Maybe something different. You need that burst potential. And the burst is what they were lacking. Even the Eve. I mean, you want to play in the kill box. That's a different story. But not having the burst potential to add on to what this Cho can provide. Because the Dogman was getting everything.
Yeah,
He was getting those kicks. He was
left
able
and
to.
right.
Yeah, and I think Kirisaki just used that Frigid Glacier to get the kill on a single target when that's the skill you need to prevent the anti-dive.
All the
So
team
once
fight.
there's no when there's no Frigid Glacier, ASAP Kill Yi and Shenzu from Ohio takes the plane, Crimson Beacon jumps into the Land of Dawn, and next thing you know, that disco lights that they want to use, they can't really do anything. Mr. Wick the same. Once the Frigid Glacier is used, flicker, implosion, and that, I would say, expending too many resources to get one single kill kind of cost them. So I would say it's not that they didn't play a good game. I just think like the draft, the thought that they had didn't really work out. So that's an answer, guys. Straight up.
And Kronos, dude, I understand the Dogman trying to get charged at X in those early games, and if he had the mid laner or mage to kill him off, then that would be completely fine. Because
I
if
agree.
you slow down a Hylos' farm, he keeps on dying. He's not gonna be a front line anymore. He's gonna be even weaker than the backliners. Which you have to revitalize, but then again, the anti heal is gonna be relevant, and it's very difficult to be a frontliner. You can drop the glorious pathway also, but if he gets picked off again and again, I can see why the Dogman was playing like that. I saw his vision, but it was a vision. They didn't plan it out. So in the end, if you don't have a solid plan drawn out like perfectly well, it's hard to commit to it. But yeah, hey, a toast to you, Dogman. This Pepsi's for you.
I think you guys have already known about Italy esport, but like you guys like known Why Show Week before or like no? Okay, so let me tell you
No,
something
no.
about Why Show Week.
Tell us,
Why
tell
Show
us.
Week, like
They beat
they
Lib. I know why so weak. They
no
beat Lib Gaming's team.
no, not that. It's not that. It's fine. It's fine. My team, they can they are still learning. They can do good next time. Like there's always next time. So yeah.
Exactly.
Why show
Yeah.
week? Like I've met like a shop I was like I don't know Kaylee like personally like
Kaylee,
in
Kelly.
yeah.
real life,
Yeah.
and
Jungle.
I've already met wait what's it with that Ohio guy. Like I've already
Ohio
met them.
guy.
They're from the
Yeah.
squad Prime Eternity. Have you guys heard Prime
Ooh.
Eternity?
Oh,
They're global
dang.
squad, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay,
We know.
I've heard of Prime Eternity before, so I think coming under a different name,
Yeah, kami
try
under
and catch opponents off
Yep.
guard. Look at that strategy,
That's
folks.
quite
Big
smart. Yep.
brain,
Yep.
five head.
Yeah.
So of course, yes, Evil Esports are out of the Northeast Cup, but that doesn't mean you can't support Why So Weak. And I think they're the next one to take the charge, and it's gonna be exciting, in my opinion. The finals for the Manipur State.
Oh, Meow Meow Gang
Yeah.
versus Voice a Week.
Meow Meow Gang versus
That'll be a
Week.
great match.
It's gonna be a great win.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's good night for today. I think there was a great match. I think people can sleep peacefully now.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, it was a very very intense match from this Week. Oh my god, they were playing really 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 good.
Hey, nobody's gonna sleep peacefully, Lib.
Yeah, no,
Nobody's gonna sleep peacefully. You can see our streamer typing that. Nobody's gonna sleep peacefully. Of course,
Nobody
Evil
will-
Esports have the fans, but unfortunate that they can't progress to the north in any further stages of the Northeast Cup. But of course, there's always next time. Like Lib Gaming said, there's always
Yeah.
next time. And I
Fellas,
think
well,
they had the right
fellas,
idea.
wait. I got something to say before you go on,
Yeah.
Kronos.
No, I
It's
just
not
want to
the
say
end
they
for
had the right
Manipur,
idea.
guys. This is not the end for Manipur. Evil's out of the picture, but you still have Meow Meow Gang and Team Voice a Week. So keep
Yeah, yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
supporting them, guys. You know, as a state, we need to stick together for each other, and especially for the ML scene here, who recently we started up with the esports a little bit on the LAN tournament. It's only the start, guys. It's only the start. It's only been a couple of months since the game was out. You know, you never know. Maybe a couple of months later, we just might have a better opportunity for Evil, even, and for the rest of India.
You
But
never
you
know.
gotta keep on supporting Manipur. There's a reason why Manipur is one of the big titans for ML. So, you guys have to just give us your support. And we
Hey,
appreciate
Lib,
you also. Yeah.
Lib, why don't you tell the viewers in Manipuri that they gotta support
Yeah, dude. Let's go.
state of Manipur, not just one team? Come on, Lib.
Like guys, Manipurꯗꯃꯛꯇ support ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯌꯨ guys. This is ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯗ ꯃꯣꯕꯥꯏꯜ ꯂꯤꯖꯦꯟ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯊꯤꯅ ꯐꯥꯎꯏꯀꯣ. ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯗ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯃꯤꯁꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯑꯅꯝꯕꯅ ꯃꯣꯕꯥꯏꯜ ꯂꯤꯖꯦꯟ ꯁꯥꯟꯅꯕ ꯉꯥꯛꯇꯅꯤ. ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯃꯣꯕꯥꯏꯜ ꯂꯤꯖꯦꯟꯁꯤ ꯀꯩ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯦ, ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ opportunity ꯌꯥꯝ ꯄꯤꯌꯦꯕꯀꯣ. ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ stream ꯇꯧꯕꯗ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯣ, ꯑꯗꯒꯤ store ꯐꯝꯕꯗꯪꯗ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯣꯀꯣ, ꯑꯗꯨꯝ opportunity ꯌꯥꯝ ꯊꯤꯅ ꯄꯤꯅꯤꯀꯣ. ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ guys, please support guys. Mobile Legend,
Yeah.
bang bang.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you
oh
though
yeah,
for all the
5v5.
support today also. Yeah.
Hey,
Not bang
of
bang.
course. Let's not forget it's the Northeast Cup Season 1, powered by Battle Knights Esports. Lib Gaming, our host. Me, your caster Kronos, alongside another caster Lindwell. These two guys
Yeah.
are from Manipur themselves, so I know they're disheartened, they're heartbroken. But me on the other side,
It's not
just a
the end.
fan,
It's not
just
the
a fan of Mobile Legends 5v5.
Mhm.
Just saying, we want to see the best action, right, Lib?
I think
Oh, yep.
it's done for today, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be
Close it
back
up.
soon.
Bye-bye.
Close it
Tomorrow,
up.
guys.
Close it up. Come on,
Not
Lib.
tomorrow. We'll be
Give-
back soon, guys. In
Yeah.
9 to 8 hours, maybe.
Wait, what? Oh.
I mean, we'll be back with live again, right?
Yeah,
Bye,
yeah,
guys.
yeah.